we continue to work our way towards Sunday morning's worship service. We'll be reflecting on Psalm 93 through 99, where the dominant theme is the reign of the Lord. So I would encourage you, as you prepare your heart for Sunday morning's worship service, to read Psalm 93 through 99. I listened to them on loop this morning. If you listen to them on Bible Gateway, it takes like 3 minutes to listen to all of those Psalms. It's not very long. Isaiah 45 would be another corresponding text to read, and I just encourage you to do that. Today, we look at Psalm 97:6 on the coming of the Lord to judge the earth. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about end times prophecy and what it means for the Lord to come, or the second return of the Lord Jesus Christ, the second coming of the Lord Jesus Christ. Instead, I'd encourage you to watch other sermons I've preached on that topic, and I will touch on that on Sunday morning. But Psalm 96, verse 13 says, "Let all creation rejoice before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the people in his faithfulness." Now, this is a really interesting passage because when we think of the Lord coming to judge, our first thought is probably not one of joy and celebration. It said to let all creation rejoice before the Lord. This is a good thing. This is a wonderful thing. This is something we should be excited about. We think about the end of the book of Revelation, where it cries out to the Lord, "Even so come, Lord Jesus." This should be the cry of our heart. When we think of this passage, we think about the huge contrast between the invitation to the righteous to rejoice in the coming of the Lord to judge, and the fear that this should cause in the hearts of those who don't know the Lord Jesus, who live in active rebellion to him. See, when we think of a phrase, we understand the phrase to be neutral as far as our response to it, just on its surface. I'll give an example. When somebody says, "She caught her husband," okay? Now, our minds might go somewhere with that, but that phrase itself is actually neutral. It doesn't say anything good or bad. It just states a fact. She caught her husband. Now, she caught her husband checking out her Amazon wish list, okay, and choosing what he's going to buy her for her birthday or Christmas, then that's a good thing, and there's a strong positive connotation to it. But if somebody says, well, she caught her husband with somebody else, now all of a sudden, of course, it evokes very different emotions, doesn't it? And when we come to this passage, we're supposed to approach it from an optimistic standpoint because we're people who have submitted to the Lord Jesus Christ's rule and reign over this created world as well as over our individual hearts. We know that every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, but I hope today that you have personally responded in saving faith to him, and every day you submit to him, living in awe of him. We find here that there are going to be people who are going to be judged, though. There are going to be people who say, well, the Lord isn't going to come, or he doesn't see what I do. It says this in Psalm 94, "The Lord is a God who avenges. O God who avenges, shine forth, rise up, judge the earth. Pay back to the proud what they deserve. How long, Lord, will the afflicted, how long will the wicked be jubilant?" This is the psalmist looking around saying, look, there's oppression in our world. There is sinfulness, there's wickedness. How long is death? How long is suffering? How long is sin going to rule over this earth? Lord, you've not abandoned us. You're still king enthroned over all. You're still coming back to make things right. When's it going to happen? But then the attention turns to those who don't want the king to come, who are guilty. And it says this about them: they slay the widow and the foreigner. They murder the fatherless. They oppress the innocent, he's saying. They say the Lord does not see. The God of Jacob takes no notice. Take notice, you senseless ones among the people. You fools, when will you become wise? Does he who fashioned the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? Does he who disciplines nations not punish? Does he who teaches mankind lack knowledge? The Lord knows all human plans. He knows that they are futile. We understand something here about the condition of mankind. The Lord sees our sinfulness, our brokenness, our willing to chase after and worship false deities. But he invites us to turn to him in saving faith, that we might reign with him, that we're excited about the return of the king because we belong to him and we have been about kingdom business waiting his return. But there are other people who come to this passage and they should be terrified because he comes to avenge the innocent, the oppressed. He comes to pour out his wrath upon those who have rejected him. Can I ask you today, are you somebody who is covering your sin, or are you someone who is cultivating righteousness? Are you somebody who is busy doing all sorts of things, hoping that God doesn't see you? Are you somebody waiting to a later point when you're going to get serious about the Lord or about walking in faithfulness to his word? Or are you somebody who's eager for the Lord to come and see what you are doing right here and now? Are you excited to share with God? And I know God sees everything we do, every move we make, every step we take, but are you excited to be found clothed in his righteousness when he returns? That's our question today.